I have a very brief statement to make. Following that, as you know, there will be a briefing by my colleagues from the military. The Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan called the Director General of Military Operations of India at 15:35 hours earlier this afternoon. It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 1700 hours Indian Standard Time today. Instructions have been given on both sides to give effect to this understanding. The Directors General of Military Operations will talk again on the 12th of May at 1200 hours. Thank you.
Right, so the Foreign Secretary briefing media persons in New Delhi that the Directors General of Military Operations of India and Pakistan have spoken to each other and have agreed to a ceasefire and to halt all military operations on both sides. We'll get you more on this breaking news on DD India in just a bit, with all our reporters on the ground covering every facet, every aspect of Operation Sindoor. Remember, India launched Operation Sindoor on the 7th of May in response to the 22nd April Pahalgam terror attack. On 7th of May, India targeted 9 areas in Pakistan and Pakistan-occupied Jammu and Kashmir, targeting the terrorist infrastructure present there. Meanwhile, this is the breaking news here on DD India. India and Pakistan agree to a ceasefire with immediate effect. This is news just coming in. The Indian government announces ceasefire deal between the two countries. Right, so let's get you some details as we get more details on this breaking news. Sources telling us that the stoppage of firing and military action between India and Pakistan was worked out directly between the two countries. The Pakistani DGMO initiated the call, after which discussions took place and understanding reached. There is no decision to hold talks on any other issue at any other place. This is according to sources. News just coming in. India and Pakistan have agreed to stop firing and military action and worked out directly between the DGMOs of the two militaries. India and Pakistan agreed to a ceasefire with immediate effect. Right, so this is news just breaking here on DD India. The Directors General of Military Operation of both India and Pakistan talking to each other just a short while ago, and both sides agreeing to a ceasefire after nearly 4 days of hostilities. India and Pakistan agreeing to a ceasefire with immediate effect. This after the military officials of both countries had a call this afternoon local time, and both sides agreeing to end military operations. We'll get you more on this. Right, joining me on the phone line is my colleague Jessica. Jessica, tell us more about this latest news coming in. Right, we'll try to connect with my colleague Jessica Taneja, who was covering that press conference at the MEA headquarters in New Delhi. Jessica, if you're with us, tell us more about the briefing by the Foreign Secretary. Right, we try to connect with Jessica in just a bit, but this is news breaking here on DD India. India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire. The decision was announced by the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri in New Delhi just a short while ago, after the DGMOs of both countries held a call this afternoon local time, agreeing to stop all hostilities with immediate effect. This is news just breaking here on DD India. The DGMOs speaking to each other and agreeing to a ceasefire with immediate effect. Remember, this is day 5 of Operation Sindoor, and the officials have agreed to a ceasefire between the two countries. The announcement made by Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri just a short while ago. We'll try to connect with our reporters on the ground to bring you more details of this announcement. In the meantime, let me recap the developments for you. India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire to stop all military action in land, air and sea. This follows a phone call between the military officials of both countries a short while ago. Both sides agreeing to ceasefire and that the stoppage of firing and military action has been agreed upon. And this was worked out directly between the two countries. The Pakistani DGMO initiated the call, after which discussions took place and an understanding reached. Indian sources telling us that there is no decision to hold talks on any other issue at any other place. Also, we are told we are standing by for another briefing, another press conference very shortly in New Delhi by officials from the Ministries of External Affairs and Defence. We'll get you that live when it takes place. But this is news breaking here on DD India, your one-stop destination for all the authentic and authoritative news related to Operation Sindoor. India and Pakistan agreeing to a ceasefire following a phone conversation between the DGMOs of both countries. And this was directed between the two countries. All right, joining me is my colleague Amrit Pal Singh. Amrit, fill us in on the details, please.
Ramesh, could you repeat your question?
Amrit, talk to us about this important announcement of the Foreign Secretary about the ceasefire.
All right, the Foreign Secretary just made an announcement saying that there has been a ceasefire and stoppage of all military operations and firings by both sides, both in land, air and sea. So basically, the conflict has come to an end. This began with the initiation of a call by the Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan to his counterpart in India, the DGMO in India. India, in line with its stated stand that India has been only taking retaliatory action in response to what Pakistan was doing. On the 7th of May, the strikes were against terrorist targets. It was taken care that no military installations or economic installations or civilian population was hit. India said that Pakistan responded by hitting military installations and civilian areas in India. India responded in the same domain and with the same intensity, and had always said that we do not want to take it up the escalatory ladder. So today, when the DGMO of Pakistan called the DGMO of India, Indian Army was open to it and said that we are ready to stop all operations because this is in response to what you have been doing. If you wish to stop it, we do not have any interest in taking it up the escalatory ladder. So clearly this was worked out between the two sides without any involvement of any third party, despite international claims being made. So the two sides talked to each other, and bilaterally in a call initiated by Pakistan, saying that they want to stop the conflict. India agreed to it, and now all military action in land, air and sea has come to a halt. Ramesh.
Indeed, Amrit, stay on. Let me break it down for our viewers joining us on this broadcast. They may be anywhere in the world as we speak, but this is news breaking here on DD India this hour. India and Pakistan have agreed to a ceasefire. This is day 4 since Operation Sindoor was launched by India in retaliation to the Pahalgam terror attack. And news just breaking here, as announced by the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri in New Delhi a short while ago, both sides agreeing to a ceasefire. Sources telling us the stoppage of firing and military action between India and Pakistan was worked out directly between the two countries. The Pakistani DGMO initiated the call this afternoon local time, after which discussions took place and an understanding reached. There is no decision at this point in time to hold talks on any other issue. This is on sources, but the announcement was made officially by the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri a short while ago. India and Pakistan announcing and agreeing to a ceasefire after days of hostilities marked by marked by actions across the LOC as well as the international boundary between the two countries. But this is news we are tracking here very closely on DD India News Hour. Going back to my colleague Amrit one more time in this broadcast. Amrit, put it in the context for our viewers. It's taken us almost 4 days for Pakistan to make better sense prevail in GHQ there. They are relenting and agreeing to a ceasefire because of the costs imposed on them by the Indian Armed Forces.
Okay, let me put this whole thing in perspective right from the beginning. The Pahalgam attack took place, as you know, last month. Innocent tourists were killed in a communal carnage that took place.
Hold on, we'll play out those sound bites again of the Foreign Secretary Vikram Misri. Take a look.
I have a very brief statement to make. Following that, as you know, there will be a briefing by my colleagues from the military. The Director General of Military Operations of Pakistan called the Director General of Military Operations of India at 15:35 hours earlier this afternoon. It was agreed between them that both sides would stop all firing and military action on land and in the air and sea with effect from 1700 hours Indian Standard Time today. Instructions have been given on both sides to give effect to this understanding. The Directors General of Military Operations will talk again on the 12th of May at 1200 hours.